What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Hardwired, this time for week number 13.
That's right.
And we were off last week, so a belated happy Thanksgiving to all of our family, friends, and members of the site, and all you college football junkies out there everywhere. I hope it was a great Thanksgiving for you. A couple shout-outs to get to real quick. I want to give some shout-outs to my FSU Seminole friends, CTSA, Tex Knoll, Jax Knoll, and if I forgot anybody else, well, that's just too bad. But congratulations on snapping your 6-game skid against the University of Florida. We wish we could have given you a better game, but again, congratulations for snapping that 6-game slide. It's got to feel good, especially when you're a Knoll and the way your program's been for the last handful of seasons. So big shout out to you guys. We got a lot of stuff to get to, JB.
Yes, we do. I want to give a shout out real quick to Teddy Dupay. Sorry, your team lost for the 7th time in a row. You suck, and so does your team. Ha ha. Eat it.
Now, see, that's hate, folks. Right into, we're going to do a little FCS preview. We've got the playoffs going on. They went to a 20-team format this year. So they got the first 4 games were played Saturday, and had a couple of huge upsets. First of all, Lehigh knocks off Northern Iowa 14-7. Lehigh having a great season, and Northern Iowa was tough to beat at home, and then they walked in there, put 14 on the board, held them pretty much in check for the rest of the game, so big congratulations to them. Another team that went on the road, Western Illinois, went on the road to play Coastal Carolina. Yep. They won 17-10. Another kind of an upset. And then we got South Carolina State, been ranked almost all season long. Roll in, play Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern, the only team to beat Appalachian State. Georgia Southern hands them their tookuses. I mean, they beat the heck out of these guys. What was 43-17?
41-16.
41-16. The other game was 43-17.
That's right.
That's right. And that was
North Dakota State and Robert Morris.
And a huge upset for North Dakota State pulling up that upset. Robert Morris, very good team. Seems a little unfair, 11-on-1. I mean, Robert Morris had to be tired after that, after chasing around 22 guys all game, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you do yourselves a favor, check out some really good football. FCS playoffs are going on. It's a great brand of football. It might not be these huge giant schools, but these kids give it their all, and it's exciting. It's an exciting format. Nothing I would want in the FBS, nothing I would want in our division, but it looks like maybe with some conference expansion, we might be headed to that. Just that thing. So anyway, there's your FCS playoff. We're going to go right now. We're going to fly right into our top 10.
That's right. Coming in at number 10 is Virginia Tech at 10-2.
At numero 9, Boise State. How the mighty have fallen.
Yes.
10-1.
Get to that one later.
Yes, we'll get on that one.
At number 8, Arkansas is 10-2.
Number 7, Michigan State. They are 11-1 and getting no love in the BCS.
No love at all. At number 6, we have the Ohio State University. Woody, who put on a shellacking of the school up north. They also earned a share of their 6th straight Big Ten title.
And that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive. 6 years in a row, they've either won it outright or won a share of it. And they extended their streak to 7 over the Wolverines.
That's it. Just Steve Adazio can't count that higher. We have our 7. All right, we're going to go to number 5, which is Stanford. Having a great season.
Oh, yes.
They're currently ranked 5th in our poll. Should a couple of teams fall this week?
Stanford might be on their way.
Stanford might be playing in the BCS championship game, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
That's right, and coming in at number 4 is Wisconsin, the monster.
Another 70 points, 70-plus points this week.
They are.
And if you look at it, they're not rubbing it in. They're not running up, folks. They're running basic packages in the 3rd and 4th quarters. They've got 3 running backs.
They're not running up, folks. They're running over folks.
They've got 3 running backs that are just out, and Clay hasn't even played the last 3 weeks, and these guys are just throwing up 300 yards a game combined.
Dominating.
So Wisconsin's looking really good. At number 3, we have TCU, a team that might be left out in the cold. They might be left out in the cold. They're undefeated, had another great season. Their last season in the Mountain West Conference, headed to the Big East in 2012.
The Big Least.
The Big Least. Oh, it's been growing pretty good now.
Yes, it is. At number 2, we have Auburn, 12-0, winning the Iron Bowl.
Coming from behind, down 24-0. I mean, it's a storybook season for Auburn.
Definitely.
It really is. And you got to give a big congratulations to Gene Chizik. He put that team together. They're playing very well. Backs were against the wall. Cam Newton and company.
Spent a lot of money putting that team together.
$200,000 for a quarterback. I'd like to see payroll. Even the Steinbrenners would probably win to Auburn's payroll. And coming in at number 1, 11-0 Oregon. win.
That's right.
And their big test is this week. But right now they actually had the majority of the first place votes on our poll. They've distanced themselves between Auburn this week.
Yes, they did.
And Auburn's got a tough game against South Carolina in the SEC championship game. Hey, if both these teams fall, we could have chaos.
That's right.
We could have chaos. Does TCU get left out? What about Wisconsin? What about Stanford? Hell, what about Ohio State? Michigan State? You got a bunch of one-loss teams.
Yep.
That anybody can make a case.
I agree.
For that. I could make a case for Virginia Tech playing in the BCS title game. A lot of people will disagree with me, but I think they're right now playing the best football of anybody in the country.
Well, I think them and Oregon are.
Yeah, but I still think that Virginia Tech's high. I would rather play Oregon than Virginia Tech right now, and we'll get to that when we do our game.
I think Wisconsin could beat Virginia Tech.
Wisconsin is an awesome football team. Like I said, that team really impressed me over the last 5 weeks. I've watched them just curb stomp teams. So that's our top 10. If you want to check out the rest of our top 25, our fan base poll, go to www.thebestdamnpoll.com, register, become a voter today, have your voice heard. We're going to go right now to Poster of the Week.
That's right.
And we took last week off, so we don't have a Poster of the Week this week, but we do want to honor For SoCal Fan.
For SoCal Fan. Congratulations on making Poster of the Week.
Well-deserved award for SoCal Fan. He is one of the original 40 of the best damn poll in the land when we were on that other place. And he's dedicated to, he's never missed a week voting.
That's right.
He is always usually the first one to get his poll in. He believes in the vision of the poll itself and what we're trying to do. And, you know, I tell you what, there's not a better debater on a message board that I have found. I've been exchanging stuff with this guy for 6, 7 years now.
And he knows what he's talking about.
And you better bring facts to the table when you debate with For SoCal Fan, because he will absolutely shred you. So, again, a shout out to my West Coast buddy, For SoCal Fan, for Poster of the Week.
That's right.
I know I just stomped all over your segment, man. But
That's right. If you want to become Poster of the Week and have your name announced by the Greek instead of me, log into www.thebestdamnpoll.com, create an account. It's free.
It's free! It's free!
That's right.
You can rename the show from Hardwired to the Two Putzes.
That's right.
To our Players of the Week.
That's right.
Every week, the fans on the website from all across the country, they vote on the offensive and defensive player of the week.
They do.
We're going to give you the results right now. And the offensive player of the week for this week is Torrey Smith, wide receiver of Maryland. Wow.
Big game.
Wow, huge game. 14 receptions, 224 yards, 4 touchdowns, and the 7-point narrow victory over NC State, which gave FSU the shot at the ACC title. A huge game by Torrey Smith. Just an incredible performance and very well deserving of Player of the Week.
Congratulations, Torrey.
And
now the defensive player of the week is Sean Lewis from Oklahoma State, linebacker. Even though they lost in Bedlam to Oklahoma.
And that was a hell of a game.
Hell of a game. He put on a performance. 12 tackles, 1 for a loss, 2 interceptions. One of those was returned 52 yards for a touchdown. Outstanding game, outstanding performance.
And then just unfortunate, Oklahoma State put in a really good season. It's just unfortunate to see it end that way. In the Big 12, well, I know they're dissolving, but that tiebreaker is the biggest freaking joke in all of college football.
It is.
And all of college football is horrible. But congratulations to our offensive and defensive players. Now for our best damn player of the year, Running Melon. And we're changing things up a little bit. We've decided we're going to expand the voting to instead of 5 because just there's a lot of great performances going on in college football this year. A lot of great stories happening. So we're going to expand the voting a little bit. We're going to do 10, and then we'll probably narrow it down from 10 to 7 and have 7 on our final ballot. We haven't decided that yet. That will be decided this weekend as balloting does open on Monday. So
7's an interesting number. Did you know that Ohio State beat that other school up north for the 7th straight time?
You want to know 7's another interesting number? That's the exact amount of plays that are in Steve Adagio's playbook.
That's right.
So we're going to get to our top 5 vote-getters so far for the entire year.
Yep. Number 5 is Terrell Pryor from Ohio State.
At number 4, Michael James from Oregon coming on strong.
At number 3, he garnered a lot of votes at the beginning of the season, and that's why he's at number 3. But this last week's performance in the last couple weeks, he hasn't really been all that in the six-pack.
Exactly.
It's Denard Robinson from the school up north.
You know why they don't tie his shoelaces?
Because they don't teach that class.
They don't teach that class at Michigan, exactly. At number 3, heartbroken this week. Kellen Moore from Boise State. You know, he's had a great year. It's tough to see his BCS title dreams, end the way they did.
And at number 1 is Cam Cash Newton.
I'm a son of a preacher man. Yeah, Cash Newton, or laptop. And he's holding on to the number 1 spot in our best damn player of the year.
Reinstated this week after being
ruled ineligible by Auburn for about 12 hours.
Yep.
So, and if you think this is over with, it's not. More on that later.
Yep.
But congratulations to these players. If you want to vote for our best damn player of the year, just register with the site. Balloting opens up on Monday, man. Get your votes in there. All right? So congratulations to those players. It's time now for the Shocker. This. All right, our Shocker this week, we've touched on a little bit. Nevada, 34, Boise State, 31 in overtime.
Sorry, Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. Copernic?
Copernicus.
I don't know. He sounds like one of the old world explorers. You know, Magellan, Columbus, Kaepernick. You know, didn't he discover Uranus? No? Anyway, Nevada 34, Boise State 31. Nevada could have just folded up shop down 24-7.
Came back.
They came back in the second half. They were the first team, check this out, the first team in over 2.5 years to outgain Boise State.
Wow.
That's saying something about Boise State. What an excellent performance by Nevada. Had the home crowd. The kicker, Brotzman, for Boise State, you got to feel for the kid. Getting death threats.
That's ridiculous.
He missed 2 chip shot field goals, and that's the problem. You know, we're passionate as fans. But you got to remember, these guys are kids out there playing a game.
That's right.
And when he misses, hey, people make mistakes. It's not like he's getting paid $200,000 and throwing an interception at Auburn. He's not getting paid anything, and he's kicking field goals, and he missed. And you know what? Congratulations to Nevada. You know, they hung in there, they hung around, they believed in themselves, and they won the game. And like I said, it's heartbreaking for Boise State. You know, I just became a believer a couple of weeks ago, and they shoot
all
me down
those dreams are shattered.
All those dreams are shattered. But you know, Boise State, that loss bailed out the BCS right now. Now, you know, you get a couple losses in these conference championship games, the landscape changes, and the BCS could be thrown into a whirlwind again. But right now, it does bail them out. So, again, congratulations to Nevada, you guys. And you know what? Congratulations to Boise State for one hell of a run over the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, nothing to hang your head about. I know you guys had your sights set on the BCS title game. It still might happen for you. It's an incredible long shot. Don't think it's going to. But you guys had a great season. You had a great run. And, you know, you're moving into another conference next year. So, you know, there's plenty of opportunity down the road for you guys. And I don't think we've heard the last of Boise State.
No, we haven't. They've got a really good program. Their coach is top-notch. They bring in good players. They play hard every week. And I think, you know what, they'll be back.
They'll be back.
They'll be back.
So that's our Shocker of the week. You know what time it is, JP?
What time is it?
Time for our favorite segment.
Oh, that's right.
It is Ask JP.
That's him.
And the Greek.
That's him.
This week's questions, we got 2 of them. This first question comes from Whiskey is Good. He asked a great question, one that I might get a little fired up on. So, you know, if you have any little ears in the room, you might want to either turn down the volume on your computer or throw your kids in a room somewhere. The question is, when a great program struggles, and we'll use Florida as an example, 7-5, when a great program struggles, does there need to be a knee-jerk reaction and changes made, or do you trust the coaching staff and just let things take their course? Look, I'm not going to pretend that football started in 1990, because it didn't, not for the University of Florida. We might have been good starting in 1990, but we've had, we've had a long history of playing football. What I have seen this season, if Urban Meyer had not brought us 2 national championships, I might even be calling for his head, because this has been a disaster. And you look at Texas finishing under 500. I'm bitching at 7-5. What do you think Texas fans are feeling right now? Hell, their own defensive coordinator, Mr. Muskamp, came out and said, something needs to change. He's really upset. I think there does need to be. When you're rolling like you have, and you look at the personnel, you look at the recruiting class Florida got in, for example, there's no excuse for a 7-5 season. Now, I didn't expect us to waltz right back in and win a national title.
But you expected a little bit more.
I expected at least 9-10 wins at the most. And you're looking at a team that ran 3 plays on Saturday against Florida State on offense with 10 players. 10 players. That is coaching, man. And whether it comes down to being the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, it's on the head coach too.